Hello everyone, my name is Irwan Junaidy. I'm a storyteller and a world builder. My earliest memory was doing something creative, was playing Lego. From a young age, I created my own designs and I would tell stories, having grand adventures with my Lego creations. So when I grew up, I knew I wanted to work in the field of design. After high school, I managed to get a scholarship to study architecture in the UK. So this is the campus of the University of Greenwich, just outside London. Unfortunately, we didn't do so much studying here. It's always under attack by alien spaceships because Hollywood loves the University of Greenwich. They always have shoots there. So I enjoy studying architecture, but during my studies, I come across worlds, the works of Labius Woods, Dali's surreal landscapes, Blade Runner's Los Angeles, Giger's biomechanical worlds. These inspired me. I knew I wanted to design more than buildings. I wanted to build worlds. So we started the company in 2011, and through the years, many others have joined our team. We have a mechatronic engineer, a graphic designer, a doctor, a lawyer, 2 software engineers. So we are all kindred spirits. We want to tell good stories and build fantastic worlds. In 2017, we had the opportunity to do so. We started work on an animated short film called Batik Girl. I had never directed before, so I had to learn everything. I read books, I watched videos on YouTube, and talked to friends who are way smarter than me, and Batik Girl was my film school. So Batik Girl is a short film guided by simple concept. It is derived from drawn batik or batik tulis in Malay. There are 2 parts of the batik making process. So the first one is you have a canting and you use hot liquid wax. These are drawn on the cloth. And the second part is you put colors by using a brush. It is this idea of having 2 different things that are separate, the wax and the colors. But when they combine, they will create something new and beautiful. So this became the guiding idea for the film. We tried to integrate this idea into the story, the visuals, and the music. Batik Girl is the story of Mas, a young girl who had just lost her parents. She is sent to live with her grandmother, Tok Mak, a batik artist who lives on a beach somewhere near Kuala Terengganu. The conflict in the story is that Mas cannot move on with her life. She keeps pushing her grandmother away. So, in the film, there are 2 separate worlds, the real world and the batik world. For the real world, we wanted everything you see to be as authentic as possible. Heidi, our writer, went to Kuala Terengganu to talk to batik artists and to do research on the batik making process. An example of this authenticity that we were looking for is Tok Mak's house. We designed it as a traditional Terengganu kampung house. We modeled it in a 3D program, and we digitally paint over the render. But all the spaces, the structural elements, the joints between the wood are accurate. You can actually build this house. The batik world design was tougher. There wasn't any examples that we could look at. I remember looking at our first designs and thinking that it looked too flat. There was something missing. We needed to make the world more alive and more dynamic. We decided to dive deeper into our research into batik. And we were surprised. We discovered so many things about batik. We found many motifs, different tools and processes, and we tried to integrate this into our design. Suddenly, the batik world came alive and was more vibrant. We learned that even the fantasy world needs to have some grounding in reality. This makes it richer. Because Batik Girl is a film with no dialogue, the music becomes very important. It needs to convey emotions. We needed strong, distinct music for the characters. You can read the notes here. So this is the Imperial March in Star Wars. So when you hear the Imperial March, you know a certain Darth Vader is around. You associate a piece of music to a person. So Tok Mak is an older and more confident person, is the metaphorical lines in batik. Her leitmotif is more structured. Mas, who is younger and more emotional, is the metaphorical colors. Her leitmotif is more free-flowing. And at the end, when they are finally together, both their leitmotifs merge, creating something new and beautiful. So this is the story of a young girl who had lost her family. When she finally overcomes the grief, she accepts her grandmother as the new family in her life. Her life has turned a full circle. We like this idea of a circle. It became a recurring motif that can be found throughout the film. We have many different scenes in Batik Girl where you can see circles as a recurring visual motif. There is a circle drawn in the circle drawing in the sand on the beach, the shape of the gathering people in the cemetery, the circular flowers on the batik painting in the workshop, and the shot of the morning sun as we face the sea. We even use this idea of a circle and put it into a plot structure in the form of a ring composition. A ring composition is where there are symmetrical patterns in the content. The beginning is mirrored in the conclusion. Things happening in B is reflected in B prime and so on. So the bottom section is the mirror of the upper section. In Batik Girl, we tried to structure the story as a ring composition. Mas having a family is mirrored at the end with a grandmother as a new family. Mas paint on the batik cloth is mirrored with the Batik Girl's hair, adding color to the world. The midpoint is where the batik world comes alive. We completed Batik Girl in June 2018, and it spent a year on a successful festival circuit. The response was beyond expectations. We had premieres in 17 different countries. We were in the oldest film festivals in the US and Iran, so they're not friends, but we were there, and we won a few awards along the way. Lastly, I'd like to share some messages we have received on social media. We are humbled that our little film, our first project, has touched and inspired so many people from all around the world. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why we will keep telling stories and build new worlds. Thank you so much.